Good day, everyone. I have been asked to give the talk about the passage from Hebrews 10:24 to 25. Let me share it with you. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. Isn't that amazing? Well, I would like to share with you how to bounce back from your setback. Have you ever heard about rubber band people? Yes, rubber band people. Who are they? Do I know some people like that? Isip, isip, isip. Well, chances are you do. So they are the people who, no matter what happens to them, always seem to bounce back. Toon! They bounce back. Sometimes we call them the happy people. Whatever problem they have, they just seem to be happy all the time. Or we often wonder where they get their strength, even though they are facing difficulties. We may know that they are experiencing an illness, a family tragedy, or a run of bad luck, but it never seemed to keep them down. And we just admire those people. Life can stretch them to their breaking point, but like a rubber band, they always find a way to get back to their real original shape. See, it gets back. It's circle again. I stretch and it's back. Would you like to know their secret? Of course, they have a secret. Well, it is called resilience. And I would like to explore what resilience means. Resilience is the ability of an object to return to form after it's been bent. Ding, ding, ding. It's been bent, it's been adjusted, but it's in its original form. It's and I like you to think about stress balls. Here's a stress ball for you. And no matter how hard you squeeze this thing, they always return to its original shape. They too have resilience. Did you know that people can also have resilience? In fact, one of the traits I've learned as a leader that has been very useful to me is resilience. It's the ability to bounce back from a setback, often makes the difference between losing and winning. As the saying goes, you only lose if you quit. You only fail if you quit. So, according to the American Psychology Association, there are several key factors in resilience. The first is healthy relationships. Yes, healthy relationships. So, one of it is having a community of people who love and support you, and it's an important key to bouncing back from disappointment. This, above all, is the most impact on a person's level of resilience. The larger the network of support and care, the more able is a person to be resilient. So, having the Light of Jesus community, the feast, it's been able to help me to be more resilient. So, there are also other factors. It's the ability to create and execute realistic plans for the future. It helps to minimize the sense of being stuck in our pain. And in those days when you're tempted to believe that you are worthless, yes, absolutely. There will be times that you are tempted to think that you are nothing. You are worthless. You always make mistake. But remember this, the ability to have a positive view of yourself as well as a healthy self-confidence can keep you from falling into further depression. It's also often helpful and not at all shameful to ask for help from a counselor, from your community leader, from a teacher, from a mentor, from a coach, or even from your best friend or husband or wife. Learning to manage those times when our emotion threatens us to overwhelm us plays a huge role in our ability to heal. So remember, you need to share. You need to talk about your problems with a credible counselor, with a credible mentor. But I would agree that resilience isn't easy to learn. First of all, the learning process requires something difficult to happen to you. Well, life throws us lemons. And what do we do with lemons? We make lemonades. So you might lose a job. You might lose a business deal. You may even lose a loved one or may develop a devastating illness. But you have to choose. The key word is to choose to overcome a setback. That, my friend, my brother, my sister, requires a level of personal commitment and discipline. You have to wake up, get up every day, and face your setback, face your problems, face your difficulty, and be determined not to let it beat you. Of course, I would agree it's not an overnight process. It is so difficult. I have been there. I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer a couple of years back, and I remember asking God, God, why me? God, my children are still young. Are you going to take me now? Really? I have been serving. I have been a good daughter, a good servant. But why me? Why cancer? But God has plans for me, and I just surrendered it all to Him. In fact, it can take quite a bit of time living on the razor's edge, but it can be done. So, how do you develop resilience? Well, I will share with you 4 ways. First, fail forward. There is no setback so severe that you cannot recover in some way. But it takes a certain mindset to make that recovery possible. It takes a certain mindset to make that recovery possible. John Maxwell often speaks of failing forward, learning from the mistakes in order to become better. That same mindset is critical for resilience. You cannot let your setbacks defeat you. You have to look to them for lessons, along with the insights into yourself and your circumstances. It's hard. I know it's hard. It's so hard. Especially if that setback is something you didn't cause. But you can find wisdom in even the most difficult circumstances. Yes, you do. I believe in you. Second one, I want you to commit to growth, to your growth. This is a natural outcome of choosing to fail forward. So when you start looking for lessons, you set yourself on a path for personal growth. As you learn about yourself in your struggles, you also learn about the people around you. You begin to reflect on what you want from life and what it would cost you to get you there. Did you know that the best leaders already have a commitment to personal growth? But it's easy to lose that drive when life disappoints you, because life will disappoint you. Each time I make a decision of being better in this or launching this and that, there's always something that disappoints me, that tries to stop me from getting there and thriving. But each day, you need to commit again and to grow each day. And then focus on getting better one day at a time, one step forward at a time. Number three, recognize the value of adding value. You may ask me, what's value of adding value? Well, I would like to quote Zig Ziglar when he said, if you help others to get what they want, they'll help you get what you want. You might say, is it really? Well, usually when we give or when we add value to others, we invest in others. We invest in them. We invest our time, our energy, our talent, even our money sometimes. We give in order to help others. And on the other hand, there are times in your life when what you need most is for others to add value to you. And this, my brothers and sisters, I ask you, when you experience this difficult time, this difficult setback, those people you have invested in will want to return the favor to you. I want you to let them. I want you to open your arms and let them help you in return. Let the value you've given to others return to you and help you go through your dark hours. I am certain that you will emerge stronger and more committed to adding value to others in the future. Lastly, number 4, find strength beyond yourself. So when things get to their most difficult, there is only one place for us to turn to, and that is to God. Sometimes life is filled with challenges that stretch us so far that we fear we may never snap back. That we sometimes even think that death is the best choice to go. You may find yourself struggling to make sense of your emotions, your thoughts, your very place in this world. In times like this, it requires more than human strength. In the darkest moment of your life, I encourage you, bring your pain to God. He knows you. He loves you. He knows not only on how to comfort you, He knows not only to comfort you, but to bring you through the pain into a new and better life. If you reach out to Him, He will bring you through. Just like the story of the footprints in the sand. In your darkest hour, God is the one carrying you through that pain, through that suffering, through that emotional turmoil. I would like to remind you that you are loved. You are special. God died for you on the cross. So bring everything to God. Let Him carry you through this darkest hour. Life has no shortage of difficulties. Yes, unfortunately, it is true. But the good news is that no matter how difficult things may get, you can always bounce back. That's the beauty of resilience. No matter how many setbacks you've faced in your life, it's never too late to cultivate resilience. You too can grow to become a rubber band person, someone who bounces back from setbacks every time. Here's a rubber band. So, I encourage you to cultivate resilience and leave everything, surrender everything to God because He knows what is best for you. Have a good day. Goodbye.